Welcome to Adjusting, a safe space for candid conversations about mental health and well-being with your host, Justin G. Nelson. Whether you're recovering from trauma, redefining your purpose, managing mental health, or simply craving more authenticity, this show is for you. I hope something resonates with you and helps you on your own personal journey. So sit back, relax, and let's start adjusting. And we're back to another episode of Adjusting Podcast with your host, Justin G. Nelson. And now a word from my sponsors. I think I may have a sponsor. I don't know. I haven't reached out yet. Trying to get some more analytics and data built up first, but fingers crossed. However, a little plug for myself. As you know, I am a multi-hyphenate and I have other platforms that are growing or I'm trying to grow as well. So if you're into vegan nutrition and wellness, follow Earthy and Cultured. If you are into graphic design, follow Nelson Design Lab, which is being rebranded to Type J Marketing very soon. You can also check out The Detailed Gentleman if you're into men's fashion, my creative page, which is Justin G. Nelson, all things follow my performance and professional acting career. Shout out to TJ Bolden of Tea with TJ Podcast. Please give him a follow and a listen. And yeah, so we're going to jump right into this episode right after our breathing. So today we are talking about adjusting to rest. So we're going to really ground ourselves in this breathing exercise so that we can take in this information. So ground your feet, put your knees and your thighs shoulder width apart, relax your hands on your thighs, relax your stomach, relax your breathing, relax your shoulders, relax your chin, your forehead, your neck. If you're driving, focus on the road. But if you're not, and you're listening to this somewhere, you can just take a second to pause and connect with your breathing. If you're cooking, turn the burner down. I want you to burn the food. But on the count of 3, I want you to take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. And let it out. 1, 2, 3. If you're starting the day, if you're ending the day, if you just need to just reset your emotions, count of 3, breathe in. 1, 2, 3. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3. All right. So rest. Rest is that essential thing that many of us take for granted. Just, you know what? I only need about 5 hours of sleep that I can get back on it, or I'm gonna take a power nap and get back on it, or I'll sleep when I'm dead. Please stop saying that, please, because people are dying very soon, very quick, at a rapid rate. I am seeing more RIPs than thank you, please, on my timeline, and it's depressing. It's a lot to wake up and just like, wow, this person has to bury a loved one, and my heart goes out to everyone who is in a season of grieving right now. Please share that episode about adjusting to grief, but also I am praying for you sincerely because I know what it's like to lose loved ones back to back to back. You just like, when am I getting a break? So this episode's for you. Rest. Rest to recover. Rest to release. Rest to restore. Rest to rejuvenate. Okay, but today's episode, we're going to talk about resting when it comes to being a creative, a performer, a business owner, and just rest in general, because we don't have to live up to capitalism and grind culture, which brings me to the not necessarily the focus of the episode, but back during the pandemic and a little after, I came across the Nap Ministry on Instagram, and the creator of it, Trisha Hersey, wrote a book called Rest is Resistance. And I read this book and I was upset. I, again, called Ebony. We were reading it together and I was like, this book does not relate to me. I can't afford the rest that she's talking about this book. I was upset. I said she's making money off of us buying this deck of cards and these books, so now she can rest. But that I missed the whole intention. I was being very I was projecting a lot. So I can proudly say I love this book. This book set a ground for me to have something to aspire to put aside this grind culture, to feel like I have to be working 24/7 in order to achieve my goals. That is not fair to yourself. That's not fair to your goals. And we're going to talk about that, how overworking yourselves takes away from the creativity that you really have inside, because you're not allowed to really see the full picture. You're not allowed to see A through Z because you're trying to rush to get to Z. You miss T, you miss Q, you miss S, you miss J, you miss those essential parts of the puzzle. Like the alphabet is not complete unless you have all 26 letters. I'm talking about English, okay? But again, this book, Rest is Resistance, I highly recommend it coming into this fall season or whatever season you're in your life. If you are struggling with rest, get this book. I'm just going to read one small part of this book. She did autograph this copy for me. Yeah. But anyway, this book says, it's just the first section of it. It says, your body is a site of liberation. It doesn't belong to capitalism. Love your body. Rest your body. Move your body. Hold your body. It's 4 parts. It's broken down into rest, dream, resist, imagine. So add this to your library of mental health books. So she has this deck of cards that I also got. She autographed it too. And it says on the back, this deck of 50 cards offers restorative practices paired with wisdom from celebrated activist Trisha Hersey, aka the Nap Bishop. Each card offers an empowering affirmation to free your mind from grind culture, as well as a meditative exercise to restore your sacred energy. Rooted in themes of personal liberation and imbued with spirituality, these cards are a soothing balm for disconnection and exhaustion, and an uplifting companion for anyone who wants to infuse each day with rest and peace. And that's the end of the episode. I'm joking. So what is rest? What are the different types of rest? So rest is not just sleep. Rest is not just taking a nap or closing your eyes. That's a part of rest. But rest is taking a break and resting your mind, or allowing your mind to be free of clutter. Rest, when it comes to physical, is like sleep, nap, relaxation. Mental rest is meditation and mindfulness. Emotional rest is processing your feelings and therapy. I know I love a good therapy dump. I can go to therapy and just, because of HIPAA, I can get everything off my mind and just be like, oh, my mind can rest. Even when I have auditions, um, scheduling my podcast, scheduling guests, looking for other projects, doing things. Like when I can get everything written down somewhere, my mind can rest. Also, when it comes to when it comes to social rest, time alone, I just really stepped into the word of the concept of being overstimulated. I didn't realize that was, I thought it was just anxiety, or I thought I was just not a people person. I just get overstimulated quick when I am bombarded by questions or people wanting to just constantly hang out. Y'all, working in social media, doing this, granted, I'm talking to myself, or I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking to myself. I get overstimulated. My mind has 60,000 tabs open. If you come to me with one more thing, I would be like, I'm shutting down. So that social rest, that time alone to recharge, I love that. And then it's creative rest, exposure to inspirational environments, going to a museum when it's quiet sometimes. that is a form of rest. I mean, you're taking stuff in, but you're not necessarily charged with the notion of having to create something. You're just resting and just being. And it's the last thing is spiritual rest. Spiritual rest, connection to something larger than oneself. So that could be, TJ mentioned this in his episode, his most recent episode, like a sound bath. Y'all, ooh, a sound bath. What is a sound bath? Well, usually it's 7 bowls. You can do 1, you can do 4, you can do 3, but it's like 7 bowls that connect with those chakras. And the frequencies from those bowls tend to vibrate your body and allow you to move that energy throughout your body and creating a bath, flooding your body with these frequencies to help kind of heal, soothe, relax, restore. So if you want a sound bath, go get you one. Go get you one. And there are also some psychological and physiological benefits to rest, one of which being brain function improvement. So, like I see it, when I am overstimulated and I have too much going on in my head, I'm just headache, instant headache. But when you are resting, you are allowing your brain to just not shut off, but to not overwork. And you can go, oh, I remember what I was supposed to be doing, or oh, I remember that thought from earlier, or oh, I knew I was supposed to have reached out to such and such, or oh, that song that I wanted to add to my audition book, I just thought about that. Also, stress reduction. Stress is a silent killer. Okay. And if you are not resting, I think honestly, wholeheartedly, that is why my blood pressure was so high back in June. I was stressed. But I am proud to say it is down. It is still down. I am still doing the work to keep it down. I cannot be an advocate for mental health and physical health and walk around with high blood pressure. Like that. No, that's not how that works. And then the last thing, 2 more things, sorry, is enhanced immune system. So when you're not resting your physical body, your immune system tends to work overdrive or overtime in order to combat any other things that you're not allowing your body to take in. Drinking water is underrated. And I was like, yeah, I drink my water, but do you drink enough? Because drinking that water gets everything through your system. So if you're taking supplements that help with brain function, I take mushroom vitamins sometimes. But if you're not drinking enough water to get it through your system, you just taking some pills and it's just go flush out when you use the bathroom. And the last thing is improved emotional regulation. To the people who are easily irritated, go take a nap. Pause this podcast and go take a nap. hmm People who are who have emotional regulations when it comes to um, like physical touch. I I still don't like cuddling, but I know like if I am tired and stressed, I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be touched. Like leave me alone. But again, that comes with emotional regulation. So now we shift the conversation to the hot topic, which is the culture of overworking, grind culture. Again, I love Beyonce. She's the only Virgo that I truly love, other than my auntie, my aunt Pinky. Her birthday is September 11th. And well, her birthday, yes, is September 11th, not 9/11. Don't you dare say it's 9/11, okay? Pinky's birthday is September 11th. Anyway, I love her. But Beyonce said one thing one time. I grind till I own it. Good for her. Beyonce has a team. Okay, Beyonce has a budget. Beyonce has time. It's people say, I have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. Good. I am glad you can tell time. However, you do not have the budget as Beyonce. Okay, Beyonce, now she is a strategic person. I can't say that for all Virgos. I can say that for Beyonce. And she has things planned out for years to come. I love that for her. She can be a goal, Well, you not finna work yourself to death trying to keep up with Beyonce. She's the new Joneses. Okay, don't do that. Now, with the rise in the hustle culture, a lot of people on social media are just like, you should be waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you should be doing this, and this, and then if you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you tired by 6, go back to sleep. Take a nap. Okay, that's not for you. What I suggest and what has worked for me is before I go to bed, I write out a to-do list of things to do tomorrow. Prioritize it based off either if it's something for my client, something for myself, or something brand related. If it doesn't get done, baby, listen, it ain't the end of the world. There is always tomorrow. And if tomorrow don't come, know that you did your best today. Okay. Okay, great. Um, and then there's the societal pressure to always be productive. I'm sure there's a quote that talks about how productivity is the downfall of creativity. If it's not, it is today. Being productive does not equate to being successful or to being positive. You can be productive and still create a place of chaos and frustration, and it doesn't take you anywhere because you feel that if you're not being productive, you're not being successful. If you add rest to your productivity, I bet you'll feel better. Because I did last week when I took that break and decided not to record until the following week. That episode was probably one of my best episodes. I felt so rejuvenated. Like I could get on here and really talk from a place of just like, I rested, I sat with this, I feel good. So try that. Take a break, make you a to-do list, do those things, and see how you feel. I'm not knocking productivity. I love it. If you're an organized person, if you're a type A person, do it, but don't stress yourself out or don't take away the rest you need in order to be successful within your productivity. Okay, cool. Now, there are some things we need to talk about if you are a overworker. I'm an overworker. So this is me talking to myself, y'all just listening. Number one, fear of falling behind. Now, when I make that list sometimes, I'm like, if I don't get all these things done today, Tuesday is just going to be even worse. I'm growing out of that, even with my clients. If it don't get posted today, it'll get posted. It will get posted. The algorithms are too inconsistent for me to be stressed about making sure something is posted at 2 o'clock. Yeah. Again, that is grind culture and this hustle culture. Second thing is equating business to importance. Capitalism. Just because you're busy doing that don't mean it's important. You can be busy organizing your spice cabinet. That don't mean that's important. You just busy doing something to keep you busy. Business is not successful. The third thing is perfectionism. So I have this book behind me in my bookshelf that I have yet to crack open because I do not want to be exposed. It's the cognitive behavioral therapy approach to perfectionism. Because I just don't want to expose. Maybe I should do an episode called Adjusting to Perfectionism. I'm gonna write that down. But yeah, perfectionism, it's a thing. And I don't want to say you shouldn't be proud of being a perfectionist, but you should find some sense of rest in your perfectionism and know that things take time. Like even when Jesus made the earth, God made when the earth was formed in the fullness thereof, he took a break, and then things got better as it went. So know that things will get better as you go. Even with my podcast, like I was talking to my friend, and I was just like, I'm recording in my apartment. Okay, I don't have the budget to afford a studio space, but if you want to donate some money, let me know. But start with what you have and grow as you go. I love that. Write that down. Okay, start with what you have and grow as you go. Now, there are some negative impacts that come with overworking yourself, like chronic overworking. Number one, burnout. I'm pretty sure you've experienced that. Decreased productivity. You get so numb to the point where you don't want to do nothing. You're just like, I have a list of things, but I was so worn out that I cannot find the strength to do it. The third thing is mental health issues, anxiety, depression. Those are sisters when it comes to overworking yourself. And then the last thing is physical health problems with your blood pressure. Your body starts to ache. I think I don't want to misdiagnose it, but shingles is a side effect of like being super stressed and not getting enough rest. Like take care of your body, y'all. Rest is significant to every aspect of your life. Don't run from it. Now, the more lighter things. Rest when it comes to being a creative and performer. Rest allows you to create more ideas. And I was like, how am I resting? How am I creating something while I'm resting? Listen, them dreams you be having, or them like when you zone out and just do like, wow, like those daydreams. I find that when I am doing my rest breaks, my creativity is just like, oh, I should have done this. Or what about looping this way or adding a filter here? Or what about optioning up on this part of the song? It just gives your mind a moment to step back and see the bigger picture. Um, Resting also provides new experiences and perspectives. Like I said, like sometimes stepping away from something and coming back, taking a nap and coming back, you're just like, I feel like this is better. So with rest, you also need to take downtime in the creative process. This is why I mentioned Beyonce. Like while she plans for something 2 years ahead, as far as we know, there's a lot of downtime in between. There is time that she spends with her family. There might be time, I'm assuming there's time she's spending doing more research or just resting, stepping away from it. So try to step away from something sometimes in order to come back refreshed and with not a different lens, but a clearer lens. Yes, change your perspective. Relaxation can lead to breakthroughs. So I don't know. I'm just saying this episode is all about, and it's redundant. I just want you to get it. Rest is important. For business owners, if you are overworking yourself, I had to set a boundary this week with a good friend of mine because I found that I was burning myself out as a business owner trying to meet everyone's deadlines. And I was just like, yo, your procrastination is not my fault. And good friends. And they understood wholeheartedly where I was coming from. But I had to set that boundary because I cannot continue to operate on a 24-hour, 7 days a week schedule for people. You chilling and I'm up working? That's not cool. That's not cool. So set the boundaries to get the rest you deserve. Two common misconceptions that come with constant work that leads to success is number one, diminishing returns of overworking. So, like I was just saying, like typos happen, hiccups happen, like all these small things that you would never miss pop up when you're just like, oh, I should have reread that, or I should have just took a break and not did that. Emotions rise up when you are restless. And it might be a 9 o'clock meeting, you snap on somebody. Not saying they didn't deserve it, but if you had to took a break, you would have felt better. And then the second thing is quality versus quantity of work hours. As a business owner, I do my best to set business hours from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Monday is my day off. Friday is my day off. I work Saturdays and Sundays at church, but other than that, that's all I do. And everything else is scheduled and ready to go. Okay, so it's not about how much you work, it's about the work you do during the time you're working. Keep that in mind. So here are 3 reasons why rest improves business performance. Number 1, it enhances decision-making abilities. Number 2, it improves problem-solving skills. And number 3, it increases emotional intelligence. So if you have a big presentation or a meeting coming up or an interview or your quarterly review, something of that nature, I suggest make sure you get a good night rest. And I know that's common sense, but everyone don't do it. Get you a good night's rest, say a prayer, and just know that the rest you're getting will create a amazing experience when the time comes. Perfect. So the last thing, if you are new to this thing called rest, here are some tips to get you on the right track. All right, number 1, boundaries. Boundaries. I think we talk about boundaries in every episode. Set you some boundaries. The boundaries are for you, not for the other person. Okay. So that might be dedicated office hours. That might be dedicated days to do certain things. So if you're a content creator, say, I am dedicating Monday and Wednesday to creating content, or I'm dedicating Sundays to creating content. And the second thing is learning to say no to commitments or to overcommitting. If you are overstimulated, say no. It is okay. They will survive. Okay, that's a part of the boundary setting. Saying no gives you the freedom and the luxury to just take more time for you. Be selfish when it comes to that. The second thing, take short breaks. There was a trend that I do support on social media about 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. That actually works. Or to kind of challenge yourself, just like, okay, I'm going to spend 20 minutes on this, set the timer, put the phone away, and set the timer and just see how much you can get done. I think that is clutch. And then the second thing, a 90-minute work cycle. So if you do an hour and 30 minutes here, go eat. Are you eating enough? Just randomly. Like, make sure you're actually eating too. But we're talking about that on Earthy and Cultured when I launch cookbooks and conversations coming soon. Shameless plug. But yeah, take those breaks throughout the day to rest your mind, either from the blue light and the screen or just from post meeting. Take a 5-minute break. Just say, you know what? I need some water. I need to regroup, release those emotions that may have come up in that meeting, and then get back to work. Get you some cards, okay? Get your deck of cards and kind of use those as a way to center and ground yourself for the day. Do the breathing exercise we do at the beginning of the episode. If you feel like you're getting stressed, just 3 seconds in and out. Boom. There is a thing we do in tantric yoga, which is a 4-6-8 method, I believe. And you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 6, and you let it out in 8. And that is another way to kind of reset your nervous system. You can get some meditation apps. I think Calm is a good one. There are a lot on YouTube. And another thing that I don't do enough of because I work on social media and I kind of say, I got to be on there. Digital detox. Take a day a week and just get off. Don't, if you can afford it, because I don't know your job, but if you can just take a break from the social media, the internet, whatever, and just do a digital detox, that's a great way to really implement rest into your life. You can read a book, okay? You can color, listen to some music. I like lo-fi music. I'm on a lo-fi jazz kick right now. Like, do those things, and they will really get you on the right road to rest. So that's it for today. Like, I just really wanted to talk about adjusting to rest and how rest is one of the most essential tools and nuggets you can have when it comes to your mental health journey. When you're overworked, overwhelmed, take a nap. A nap is a luxury that a lot of us don't take advantage of. So we're going to end this episode with one final breath, and then I'll let you go. Okay? So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Until next time, bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. I hope you take something away to help you make the adjustments you need. Before you go, please take a quick second to share this with someone you care about. And if you can, please leave a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform you're listening to this on. For more information about adjusting or to inquire about being a guest, head over to adjustingpod.com. Until next time.